Hey everyone, this is Dileep Kumar Kanimetta, and I am thrilled to be here today. I'm currently working as advanced cloud engineering professional with over 19 years of experience in the information technology industry. Over the past several years, I have been deeply engaged in initiatives that leverage artificial intelligence and machine learning to solve critical business challenges, and particularly within the financial services domain. My experience with Swift integration onto Azure has provided unique insights into how machine learning can enhance fraud detection and risk management in payment processing. I have actively explored how to apply machine learning models to improve security and efficiency of financial transactions, optimize resource allocation, and improve predictive modeling for customer support. Today, we are here to explore how we ensure these models can operate effectively in the real time world. I will demonstrate how MLOps can help scale the models for financial systems and walk through the key components of successful MLOps strategy for financial institutions. So we will try to explore on understanding the problems and identify effective solutions that is crucial for achieving success. Ultimately, our goal is to ensure success in the financial industry so that fewer individuals suffer from fraud. We will provide guidance on how to implement the steps needed for AI models to be reliable and capable of scaling effectively with the financial sector. Through this, MLOps principles can certain techniques can help in creating robust and highly effective ML pipelines. Okay, so how the current state of ML in financial services looks like. So financial institutions have increasingly realized that the machine learning isn't just a passing trend. It's truly changes the landscape, right? So they are increasingly relying on ML for key tasks. The first application is real world, if you can consider that as a real time fraud detection, allowing us to picture the potential prevention of a fraudulent transaction. So the models can catch the crime instantly, avoid the loss for all who all involved. So this will also contribute to make an easier financial system for every single one. So additionally, ML can make accurate credit risk assessments and follow specific financial regulations. However, lots of organizations are experiencing the complications in implementing the above. What are all the things that are there? So usually we will not be able to experience such kind of complications when you try to follow the process or the governance framework around it. Putting models in place is often done manually, like imagining a team taking a weeks to get set up, putting systems in place, and also installing code rather than focusing on making their models better. So the poor tracking of models can cause them to shift over time, losing their accuracy. Governance gaps create compliance problems for all of those above things. Like we will discuss how MLOps has solved all those issues, right? So with that, so we can see how MLOps transformation opportunity is going to be looking like for us, right? So let's take a look at what MLOps really is. So in short, MLOps are machine learning operations. We can say like it's the same as how you call it as DevOps, development operations, right? Like, but for MLOps, in as it has a faster deployment to speed up models. So deployment of systems can occur within just hours, which has never happened before due to the old methodology of implementation. So now MLOps can create an environmental of enhancement reliability, therefore preventing of any issues. So good collaboration with other engineers is very important, and MLOps can provide just that. So in addition to the various other great points, the one thing to highlight is the MLOps enhances regularity adherence, right? So all of these things that MLOps provide can help create a strong foundation for the AI models to develop. So with these concepts and more, an organization can scale with agile management and be set up for a very nice system. So to help out all these kind of implementation of MLOps. So with these things, like you can really achieve what we are actually looking for. So the core components of financial MLOps. Think of these core parts as the blueprint for building a successful MLOps framework. So they are the main building blocks that connect to make a great and robust system. So infrastructure automation is the key point here. These are the clouds to manage resources and set up with infrastructure as a code. So the whole system must be defined as a code. So CI/CD pipeline automate the process of building models and testing and deployment. All the actions can be quickly done and automated. Monitoring and alerting is the place where everything is checked. Always check if something is wrong or not, which is always a good thing, right? Like whenever something is wrong, like you will immediately alert it. So since that can cause, if you handle the alert well, it can significantly avoid any issues to happen. Governance framework makes sure everything goes as per the plan. In a regulatory compliance point of view, right, it's important to take a note in governance. So these are all four major blocks for implementing a financial MLOps strategy. So infrastructure as a code for ML environment. So it is extremely important to understand how necessary infrastructure as a code is in the financial sector, right? So where regulations and safety and security are very much important in these financial institutions, especially so if there is no security, there is so much of fraud to be prone in those systems to be implemented. So that's why, like, you have to be. We should really be focusing on isolated development environments so that there are no problems with current or new projects. It is extremely important to test every single step and also the complete project you have to review thoroughly. So there must be some sort of production infrastructure so the deployment is safe and secure. So with the systems like Terraform, it makes setting up and running the systems easy. You can also set your own security in place with these systems. So how CI/CD pipelines for model deployment is going to be look like, right? So the CI/CD pipelines are like an assembly line for artificial intelligence. So this means every step can move smoothly without breaking. So CI/CD will help automate systems with the steps like automated testing and checking for a deployment and how the post validations are happening. Is there any pre steps that needs to be implemented before the deployment? And all these things can come into continuous integration and continuous deployment lifecycle. So you can test as many as areas using automated testing. This makes it more accessible to detect fraud and bad actors, especially, right? So this way you can easily handle CI/CD. When it comes to advanced monitoring for financial ML models, so data accuracy must be present or the models will lose the edge. So the way to solve this is having a constant vigilance and monitoring the data all the time. So another thing is the model metrics needs to be tested constantly as well, right? So this involves running through different steps and setting outcomes become the model. So this constant cycle makes the model accurate and ready to be useful for the users to test it out. So the last thing to do important concept tracking to make sure the data does not shift and change. So this can be solved through checking feature importance. All of this helps improve a model performance. So, how automated model retraining workflows that we can imagine in this particular scenario? Like you have to make sure the models don't lose relevance. So, keep in mind that the models have to keep up with every change that is out there. To prevent this, automate models are there to help out with every situation. Key components are drift detection to see if the data changes, right? So, if the situation is a change in data, then next steps is to update through the training pipeline. After this is done, then everything is done. And the model should be ready for you to use for a real world scenario or any example. All of this happens through an automated components. With all of this in mind, leading firms can deploy models into just hours versus it becoming take days and deployment. So everything comes down to a needing a quick setup because all these settings can be very difficult and slow. So how ML governance and compliance can be implemented? For compliance, models have to go through the same rigorous steps. The first step is to take when setting up governance is the documentation. You need to document model data and steps to make sure nothing bad will happen. With all those in mind, you can follow and automate systems. When that occurs, compliance with government can also occur in with just more match. So cloud platform and implementation patterns we can discuss like to create a model that cloud is very much factor nowadays because everything is cloud version of data being a Azure platform or Google Cloud platform or AWS, like whatnot. Like you can consider any cloud platform. It lets you create your own artificial intelligence platform and have what it needs to be successful. Platforms can do what they do best, right? However, you must consider all situations before making a choice. All in all, it comes down to your needs and situations. To do customizing systems to make them unique and in sync with important great artificial intelligence solutions. So, how real time like scaling for financial systems? So, in the space of financial systems, like every second matters. Yeah. One of the things that everyone expects are 24 by 7 availability and zero downtime for situations of fraud. If 1 second there is a fraud attack, there should be always be severe ready to deal with these kind of issues immediately. Like one of the strategies to do this is to have servers that automatically adjust. So that allows them to handle any type of volatility, right? So you have to be ready for any type situation. A/B testing frameworks for model validation. How you can do it. Before every launch, right? Like you always wanted to test if it will work. The method you can implement is using A/B testing. In A/B, it makes sure that each change goes smoothly. You also need to make sure that they are not destructive and that they are very much safer to do. And when it comes to automated bias detection and mitigation, like in every system, people come from a different backgrounds, ages, and more. You cannot discriminate against anyone, right? So it should be fair for in every AI step that you're going to implement. So implement the right process that will catch if AI is not what as expected. So cross-functional MLOps team structure, how it's going to be. So for artificial intelligence, like you need a solid team. In order to prevent this, everyone should work together. So there should not be any team that says we do not connect. So we have to be very, very manageable at times, like with all the cross-functional MLOps team structure. Everything has to connect seamlessly so everyone can work their best and give the best results. So key takeaways and next steps. In summary, there is a lot that goes into the system, right? As you all know, like you have to monitor, automate, and be secure. Everything has to work together for the highest chance of success. If you are starting up, one of the main things you should do is measure the situations. To do this, you should measure what is there, like what needs to improvement, and then you are set to go. These are all the main components that we can consider. This is what I can provide with my best experience. So with all the information that I have had by working with closely with many teams, many people in the past, it might be a useful session for you folks. Like hopefully it is giving you good enough content. Thank you all.